So, something happened yesterday, and I'm sure most people completely missed how monumental it was.
Kangata leaving UDA is very consequential to the UDA team.
Yesterday, quietly, calmly, almost casually, Irungu Kangata delivered what may become the first obituary of UDA in Mount Kenya.
After careful reflection, I wish to state that come 2027, I will not defend my seat on the current party ticket.
Not maybe, not perhaps, not we shall see. He shut that door. And once Kangata shut the door, 1,000 other politicians quietly started looking for the exit.
This year ndio watatoka UDA one by one. Hata Anne Waiguru watatoka UDA one by one, especially kama unatoka Mount Kenya.
Here is the truth that nobody in State House want to admit. The mountain is moving. And when the mountain moves, governors move, MPs move, senators will move. You get the drill.
Watatoka UDA one by one.
And even more shocking, political experts are now openly saying that even William Ruto's most loyal foot soldier, Kimani Wamashungwa, will eventually have no choice but to jump ship.
Ruto power. Ati Ruto.
Imagine that. The man defending William Ruto every single day is going to leave him. Not if, but when that happens, then UDA will officially be finished in Mount Kenya. And the man behind all this is none other than Rigathi Gachagua.
I want to tell William Ruto, you don't know any politics. You know nothing.
The man Ruto thought he had buried politically. Turns out he had been quietly building a machine that will bury UDA forever. By the way, I have a list of all the other people who are going to jump ship. Let's get into it. If you love this kind of content, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. Now let's get to the video.
Which party will you go for? Or are you going to go independent?
Let us start with what happened yesterday. Sitting with Jeff Koinange, Governor Kangata broke the ice. For months, he had been avoiding clearly stating where he stands politically.
In Murang'a, we don't talk politics. We don't talk politics.
He danced around. He kept people guessing. He played safe. But yesterday, he finally showed his cards that he will not run on UDA. And that is massive because Kangata is not just any other politician.
And you know, Kangata is this sober leader mwenye, I come from Murang'a and I come from Kiharo. So mi najua, ashaikuwa MP wangu, ashaikuwa senator wangu, na sasa he's my current governor. But one thing about Kangata, he works. Kangata anafanyanga kazi.
This is one of the most level-headed leaders of Mount Kenya. Level-headed. If Gachagua is a madman, this man is not mad. This man is not your typical politician. This man is one of the people who helped sprouse or grow the image of President Ruto amongst Mount Kenya people.
Most importantly, Kangata moves early. He does not wait until the building is actually on fire. He smells smoke and quietly walks out. And that is why what happened yesterday is very dangerous for UDA. Because if Kangata is leaving now, what does he know? And for those of us who has a very good political memory, we have seen this before. In 2022, 2021, in 2021, 2022. Back then, Uhuru Kenyatta was still in control of government. He was in State House. He had power. He had institutions. He had resources. But something was happening. Underneath him, there was a yellow fever. It was called yellow fever. That meant UDA was sweeping everything. Slowly, then suddenly, politicians began jumping ship. One by one, then in groups. Then it was a stampede.
But yeye ameamua tu, I'm just going to leave. I don't agree with these people. The same thing he did with Jubilee last time. Jubilee alijaribu kuwa warn na kuambia, no, let's not do this. Let's do this instead. Let's get the walikata. Yeye anasema we should seduce the voters, not coerce them to vote for us.
Even loyal Jubilee soldiers folded. People like Anne Waiguru, people who we thought would never jump ship, they said they're listening to the ground. Many others followed. Why? Because in Mount Kenya politics, party loyalty is actually rented. It is not permanent. Politicians wear parties like coats. When the weather changes, they change the coats. And now the weather is changing again. Except this time, the code is actually green. DCP green. And the yellow coat is getting thrown away.
So let's analyze. The other governor of Kiambu, the current governor of Kiambu called Wamatangi. He was frustrated the other day and persecuted when his business down here was taken out, the business along next to Nyayo. So Kiambu is gone. Today, Muranga is
It was actually Kiambu is lost.
Muranga is lost.
Muranga is lost.
Yes. Now let's go to Nyeri. Do we have it as UDA? No. It's gone. That I can tell you because he's having his last term.
Yeah.
And the possible person who takes over, that is Gachagua Citadel. So of course, the person who's going to take over is going to be DCP. Around Embu, they're too deceptive. And the governor is quite a good person, but after 35, 36, 37 years, we'll call Gitonga or somebody. He's going to take over. And it's from DCP. Okay? So Embu is also gone. So perhaps the only place the UDA will remain with, which is not still sure, Kirinyaga. But in that Kirinyaga, Wangui Ngirishi, who is also being persecuted. I don't know if you can play the letter of Wangui Ngirishi being fired recently after declaring that she's not going to contest for governor on UDA ticket.
This is where Gachagua's genius becomes obvious. Ruto thought that removing him would actually weaken him. Instead, it liberated him.
I think the person who advised the president to remove Gachagua was not proper in his thinking.
Now, he's doing to Ruto exactly what Ruto did to Uhuru. Read that carefully. William Ruto destroyed Jubilee by taking Jubilee MPs and moving them into UDA. Now, Rigathi Gachagua is actually destroying UDA by taking UDA MPs and moving them into DCP. Poetry. Political poetry. Beautiful strategy. Ruto gave Gachagua the formula. Now, the same formula is being used against him and he can't stop it. And that is the most painful part for State House because they know this playbook. They invented it. Now, they are the victims of it.
There's something that Rigathi Gachagua said when he was in Kajiado, I think 2 days ago. He told Ruto that wewe haujui siasa na nitakufunza politics in 2027.
You know nothing. I'll teach you politics next year.
Now, I want you to watch these names carefully. These are the signal senders. If they move, the mountain goes into panic. Number 1, Dende Nyoro. Quiet, strategic, just absolutely a brilliant mind. He has bigger ambitions than the constituency politics. You see, if Dende moves, half of the mountain will actually move. They'll actually follow him.
G2G is a scandal, it is a scam, and it is a business for senior government officials in Kenya.
Number 2 is Anne Waiguru. Anne Waiguru is very calculating and she knows how to read voter mood. She actually reads it like a stock trader before buying into any stocks.
Na mimi ndio nilianza ile sauti ya kusema nasikiza nini? Ni mimi.
And one thing I can tell you for sure, she's not going to sink with the losing ship. If UDA weakens, she will move.
Nikiona miaka 3 imefika na hakuna kitu serikali inafanya, nitaungana na nyinyi tupige kelele.
Number 3 is Mwangi Kinjuri. Quiet operator, rarely on the wrong side of history. Never loud, but always survives. I want you to watch him very closely.
Kwa hivyo mimi ningemuhisi yeye ende nyumbani tu polepole, iko ile haya anasikia, ende nyumbani tu, tutasahau, time heals.
Number 4 is Moses Kuria. This one already hinted it. He openly admitted that most of Mount Kenya MPs will actually be elected with on DCP in 2027.
And I will be in government and I will be waiting for Mount Kenya MPs who will be elected on DCP tickets and I will buy them and I will put them in government.
Buy them.
He said it casually, but in politics, that was a warning shot. That was insider language. That was actually code for people who understand politics.
I think Ichung'wah has given up.
Ichung'wah will lose his seat.
Yes.
Now, here is the shocking theory. Kimani Ichung'wah himself will eventually leave. Not early, not publicly, not dramatically, but survival changes people. And I want you to understand that. Survival changes people. And another thing, politics respects survival more than loyalty. If nominations become impossible, if constituency turn hostile, if DCP becomes dominant, even Ruto's loudest defender will quietly reposition. And That becomes the symbolic collapse of UDA, because that will actually mean that the fortress has been breached, the generals are actually fleeing, and the king is exposed. That is what we call game over.
They use this word that Gachagua has poisoned the ground. And I think that's a very powerful statement.
It is, absolutely.
So, yesterday was not just an interview. It was not just Kangata talking. It was a signal flare, a warning shot, the beginning of a political pandemic. I'm calling it the mass UDA exodus. And once defections begin, they do not stop. They spread and fast. From governor to senator to MP to MCA, until nothing will remain. William Ruto once did this exact thing to Jubilee. Now Rigathi Gachagua is actually preparing to do it to UDA. And that is William Ruto paying for his political mistakes. Subscribe.